Hello everyone. I am Steve's avatar. Steve wanted me to come on here and announce that his personal tarot readings from now, October 2022 through December 2022 are all half price. The price for a full personal tarot reading will be £20. That should be somewhere in the region of $23. The normal asking price has always been £40 for a reading. But for just over the Christmas period he is cutting all readings down to just £20. So if you had ever wanted a personal reading by me, now would be the time. And grab this deal while it's hot. This deal will end sometime during the last part of December 2022. All you have to do is email me at stephenabbott1976@googlemail.com. You can also find the email link in the description box below with all other links. You will need to send me an email and I will respond with all links and instructions.
Gemini, someone's got an eye on you again. It could be your mum. Sorry, I'm hearing Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. I've got my eye on the pussy, or Leo and Aquarian. You're coming up through the other readings that I just did, or you need to watch the Capricorn and the Pisces reading. So someone has got their I spy with my little eye, something beginning with you. Alchemy or Natalie, but I've got my eye on you, oh my God, this eye. Could be Laura Felix, she had one eye. But anyway, someone is constantly creeping over a person, Gemini. It just keeps coming up. It's coming out. I'm coming out, Dave. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to watch other readings, Gemini. Because the eyes keep coming up. Someone is spying or stalking the fuck out of someone here. And I don't believe it's social media. If you watch my other readings that you could have watched just before I brought this one out, you'll see where your representation is. Capricorn, Life Path 6, Gemini. You can watch this as a Cappy and a Gemini. Okay, so the same reading, the same message, the same channel message is coming through in this reading. Channel 4, Life Path 4, Scorpio, Aries people. Please watch those readings because your channeled stuff is really representing the same thing. About the same cards. The thing, Steve, creeping, eye, watching, keeping an eye on you when you're coming in, when you're going out, what you're doing, where you're working, where you're not working, what you're doing this, what you're doing that. And I'm tracking your movements daily. Okay, now this could be Arthur or A or Abby or Abigail or a Life Path 7 or a Cancerian. Okay, but I'm tracking your movements of where you're going, when you're coming home, when you're coming back, when you're not coming back, when you walk in the door, when you walk out the door, where did you go, you come home early, you went home late, you come this. There is restrictions of keeping an eye on someone. So again, same messages, let's go over it. Sorry, but I've got to do it for the people that have just found this channel or haven't watched the other ones. Okay, so I want to know where you have been. Why are you concerned about that? I want an input into your life because I have a condition that says I have a complaint with you. I want to know about you. No. You want to know about me. I don't want to know about you. So I'm not interested. Okay. Please keep asking me where I've gone or when I'm coming back or noticing all of these things of where I've been, where I've gone, where I'm doing. I mean, do you have a tracker on your goddamn car? This person's tracking movements. They notice when you come in the door, out the door. If you walk out your bedroom, they know. If you walk into the kitchen, they know. If you try to go out the door, they know that you've gone out. And it feels restrictive. It feels creepy. Okay. You're more than likely going to get the same cards here, Gemini. Okay. So I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying the messages is there. For me, it is me. Because I have a Gemini moon and my mother is a Gemini. And you guys know, and I don't want to go over it anymore. But I have to interpret the message to say why it's here in the other readings because it's here and I can't ignore it. Okay. So there's an energy of tracking their movements all of the time. Being so concerned, Stern, about their child or about their mother. But I am so concerned about you. Listen to the words. I am concerned about you. Why do you need to bother about that? Because I'm concerned about you. So what are you doing? Pushing me away, making me dodge bullets and move. Because I'm concerned about you. You don't get it. You don't need to be concerned about me. I'm fine. I'm old enough to look after myself. Yeah, but I'm concerned. Shh. I am concerned about. No. Please drop I am. Don't go back to Michael, his girlfriend, because he keeps coming up. I am concerned about you. No. There is no I in team, but there's definitely an A in the hole. Asshole. Okay. So, yeah. Someone is always posse, Paulie, Putchy is all up in it. You're right, Putchy. How are you doing, my little bugger? The stalker. God, you've got like this, I don't know, very concerned person, I believe, around you, is or Lee or Laura. I'm so concerned about them. Oh my God, I just keep thinking about them. I'm so concerned about their life, Claire. Oh, I am so concerned. Oh my God, I'm just so negative, you Libra. It's same messages. I'm probably going to be hated here. I don't care. I cannot bypass messages for other people that need to hear it. So I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested in people that have opinions. If you get an opinionated person that comes in and says, I have an opinion. Oh, do you now? Yes, I have a complaint to make. I think you are... hold on, Felicia. I work here for the person that you have a complaint about. What are you complaining at me? Well, you're right in front of me, so I need to complain at you and say that you're not doing something. Sorry? The manager. No, you're in front... Oh, well, I'll complain to the manager too, but I need to speak to you first. I've got to project something at you. Right, so... Hold on a minute, what are we playing, tennis? Hold on, let me just deflect everything that you're saying and shut off. Okay, and smile and say, yeah. And then when you're gone, you know, right? I do hate opinionated people. I do. Can't stand people that have an opinion on other people. They don't, it's funny. It is funny, Gemini, because they don't know. It's kind of like they don't compute very well. It's kind of like, we don't realise why you're not. Because it's the same vocabulary. Because you're not. I don't understand the reason you're not. You're a Pisces 3. I don't understand why you're not. Well, it says it on the tin, bruv. You're not. Stop, keep saying you're not. You are. You're not. You should. You shouldn't. You. Jim, John, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Okay, Jackie. Oh, God, an obsessed person, like. Oh, dear. I can feel the tension building. The Tower. Low path 7 Cancerian. Anyway, so let's see. So, Gemini, what's going on with Gemini, please? Show me what Gemini should be aware of. In their environment, what should Gemini be aware of, please? Head in the clouds. Could be dealing with the Pisces. Could work at clouds of vapour. But you're kind of like, God, man, I've just got my head in the clouds. I'm daydreaming about a better life. I'm just thinking now and trying to manifest and feel calm and just like looking out the window and just believing that there has to be a better life out there for me. Okay. Really could be dealing with the Pisces because they would have their head in the clouds. Okay, but like, you know, I'm just dreaming of a better life. There is something else out there for me. I just know it. Okay. There's things and stuff and about my life that I desire, that I know that I can do something else than where I am. Okay. So that's head in the clouds. That's looking out of a window, imagining a better life. Because this guy here at the moment, or this person, is doing nothing but looking at trying to find a better way out and a lighter day. But it's just so dark around where he is at this time. It's kind of like I've just got a little bit more to do before I can see the daylight. So it might be like here, like, you know, you're kind of like, I'm the living daylights of James Bond. Okay. But like, there is daylight out there, but it might be because my environment is so dark, so restricted, there's no daylight itself, that I've got to go out. I've got to get out and I've got to breathe. And this would also be, I've got to get out of this house. Like, I've got to get out from the house that I'm in, because I'm daydreaming that it's there, but I'm going to have to soon start having action if I want more of a life, to get out of the clouds of vapour and shit, and I've got to get out of that. Okay, and I gotta start heading here. Okay, so that's the brighter day that is ahead. Okay, or Ed, or Eddie, or Edmonds, or Barry, Holly, Jody. Okay, but I gotta get my head out the clouds. Oh, so you had this turnover. Child services, kids at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect and abuse here. So for some of you, it could be around your family, around your ex-husband or a wife here, Gemini. Okay, and there's a lot of neglect. Like I said, man, this could also be like, you know, you've got to go in between. You can't stop an ex from contacting you. The only way you do that is with child services. So you've got to have a go in between. So if there's separation in a marriage and whatnot, and children are involved, and you don't like that the children are with the other person, then social services are the ones that do that. So it's putting all of the stress and the burden onto those. Okay. So because if your ex is just blaming you all of the time for not being a decent parent, it's because you're talking to them and you're not actually avoiding them, which is what you're supposed to do. Now, like I said, there can be an energy here of a child being abused and neglected, okay, which was, I can't understand why my children don't want anything to do with me because of all the stuff that's kind of going on, okay, because they've got their head in the clouds and I need to tell them that you're just dreaming, you're making mistakes and all of this sort of stuff here, right? So you got head in the clouds and child services, child neglect, abuse, reporting something. Like I said, that can be, like I said, I need to report back to you to tell you, I need to report back to you just to let you know that there are bad things around you, that this person's not right for you, you're going to make a mistake. I need to report all negative shit to you. No. If anybody has any negative stuff, just write it down on a book and sell it. Let's see, Gemini. Any messages for Gemini? Because it could be where this is an ex with children. Even the children could be very negative. Like, I don't mind. But it could be like children are just very negative. And it's kind of like, oh man, they're old enough to look after themselves now. I really don't need to be dealing with all of this, They're old enough now to look after themselves, But if it requires child services, that's going to be the fact that they're not of age, to look after themselves. So, let's see. But just because it says that, it doesn't mean that that isn't an older child. It just means that there is neglect there that's coming from families and children. Gemini. What's Gemini should they be aware of? Ghosting. Yeah, you see, someone can't understand why the other person won't pay any attention to them here. Why they won't have this person in their life. And I guarantee you, or Gary or Tina, guarantee you all the time it's because of the negative approach. It's because of the abuse. That's why. It's because someone's learned that to learn by mistakes, all I can do at the moment is avoid you, is to stay well away from you, and is to just basically not tell you anything about my life because I know that you keep trying to control my life by asking me questions about it. And then if suddenly you ask a very personal one that I don't want to answer, and then you fucking moan about that, that's going to just even close me down even more. So my environment is the only thing that changes. So if it does, that means I've got to go. I've got to go. Okay. I have my right to ghost you. Okay. Disappearing, ghosting, in and out. Like I said, it can be where someone's in your life and then they're out your life, and they're in your life and then they're out their life. You've got to be dealing with another Gemini maybe. But like, I'm in your life, then I'm out your life, and then I'm in your life and out your life. And it's like this, okay, now we're talking, now we're not. Now I see you, now I don't. I don't see you enough, I see you too much. You see me too much, no, I don't see you enough. And it can be like that. There's nothing compares to you, Chris Cornell. So there is nothing that is good enough, because it can be, like I said, it can be an insecurity. I'm not seeing you enough. I'm not talking to you enough. Why do you need to? Why do you need to? Because my life is evolving around you. Again, there's your problem. Your life is evolving around me. I know, I don't create your life. You create your own. You create your own destiny. I don't do things to you. You do it to yourself. That's just. That's justice. You do it to yourself. You put yourself in these circumstances where you're so concerned about me not being there or being there that why can you not do this yourself? Now, like I said, if these are handicapped children or these are children of youngsters and they actually can't look after themselves, there's more of a divorced couple here. Who's going to look after them when I'm gone? Who's going to watch over you? I can learn to do that myself. So, any other messages for Gemini to be aware of in their environment? Is low IQ. So it can also be like I said, your discussions maybe with this person is just that you're not on the same wavelength. You find it very boring. Geminis can. Okay. Me, I find it very boring when a person talks about the television, life, like how bad things are, and kind of as just not a subject I'm interested in. You know, it's really not. Like, you know, my life is about clear, positive vibration, clear, positive thoughts. If I have an interesting subject to talk about and someone wants to listen to it, brilliant. But I'll never force them to. If they're not interested, I won't have my opinion. I will never raise up a conversation. If it's asked upon me, can you talk about? Sure. I've got a problem, Steve. Can you solve it? Sure. Okay, no problem. Okay, but do you have an opinion on? Well, I'm going to bypass my opinion. Okay, unless you're asking for it. Okay, so there's got this energy of where when you're talking to this person, it kind of comes up as slightly boring. Okay, slightly boring. Okay, it's just not. It doesn't mean the fact that the person can't. I mean, me, I've got a low IQ. I can't spell, read, or write. I can't. Why? Because I had ADD. I've got ADD, and I did when I was a child. So I can't concentrate. Words and spelling, for a person that has ADD, they find it very difficult to spell. They have dyslexia because it doesn't compute in their mind. If they're not interested, they'll focus somewhere else, and they'll be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why don't you get it? Everybody else does. And, well, you're obviously thick and stupid. And that's going to fucking help, isn't it? Was you ever tested for ADD when you were a child? No, it wasn't about when I was a kid. No, we didn't notice all that, but what did we do? Blamed you for being stupid. Oh. Right? So, you know, I'm not stupid. Okay? Of course I'm not. I'm special. Okay? I have a gift. How can your gifts be better? By your environment. Your environment. If your environment is restricted, if you're a drug addict and you go into a drug den, you will become a drug addict because you'll learn by their mistakes. Okay, so if you are one and you get clean and you go back to one, what do you become? A drug addict again. Okay, if you are an alcoholic and you've got like bottles of drink and fucking booze all around you all the time, in the cupboard stored up and then empty cans and beer, what are you going to remember? Being an alcoholic, what will you more than likely do? Go out and buy some more. Right? So you need to clear out your environment to become different, to change. Because the more you look at it and the more you see it, the more you become it. You are what you eat and you are what you see. What you see is what you become. Okay? So when you are around people that do not stimulate your conversation and you tell them that they're boring and the conversations that they have are boring, you're just getting against conflict. So it's about, I just don't find the subjects that you talk about interesting enough in order to be intrigued about listening. So I close down and I don't want to be a part of your life because it doesn't work. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm picking up of like low IQ. Okay. So how did I end up having more of a better IQ? Okay. So that wouldn't be around reading, writing and spelling and journalism and all that sort of becoming a doctor. No, not for me. Okay. I work towards my gifts, towards what I'm good at, not towards what I don't. That implies to life completely. If it doesn't work, stop doing it. Work towards what works. Okay, that's why I'm only doing certain star signs. You know, like Cancerian, Taurus, Aries, they take too long. So stop doing that. Work on what's working. Okay, but when you start looking at life altogether, wherever I am, if it isn't working, then I have to move to a different environment to make it work. So I need feng shui, peace, quiet, space. If I have loads of space, loads of light, loads of everything, then I can stop thinking about all of this shit, okay, in my life to start changing it. Okay, my life will change for the better. Equivalently, because I won't have so much negativity, so much restriction and so much blah, blah, blah when I don't have to deal and think about this. Okay, so people only learn by the environment that they're in. If you're in this environment of like head in the clouds, needing to get out of this circumstance, then you've got things that need to be set up. So you would have to have social services. Stop talking to your ex if you're dealing with that, so you don't have to deal with the children. If they're old enough, you don't have to deal with children. They can deal with themselves, okay? If they're old enough, let them be. They can do it, okay? Because they're not going to do it by keep asking you all the time to do it, okay? So that's that one. And then you've got disappointed ghosting in and out. Well, that's why the person is doing it, because of the restrictions that are definitely here, okay? And then there's this boring conversation that I don't seem to find intriguing enough to stay around long enough to listen, because I might have like ADD. So like when my father died, okay, when my father died, I didn't feel so restricted because I didn't have to be a bricklayer anymore and build this house and many others, because I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't stand it. But I did it for 20 years for him, right? Because he was a grindstone. He was Aries. Like, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to work, you've got to fucking panic and worry, and you've got to be it. But you can't add up. So you're no good at a fucking bricklayer because you can't fucking work out the graphs of this and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And you know, you're not ever going to fucking I'll just be a labourer, just like let me get on with earning the money and I'll just give you, you know. So I felt so much restriction in my life that when he died, I felt relief. Okay, because I didn't have to live up to someone else's expectations. Okay, so now I have to do that with a mother. Okay, that constantly keeps her eye on me all the time. When she goes out the house, I feel relief. The fact that I don't have to keep fucking creeping around and being worried about having to talk or not talk to a person. So the energy changes, the environment changes. When the person isn't in it, it changes, right? So if you're in that environment and the person leaves, you feel good. If they come back, you feel bad, okay? So you have to look at your energy of your intuition, okay? They're here, I feel bad. When they go, I feel good. So that's telling you something, okay? It's actually showing you signs. Okay, so if I can't move that person, what do? Move myself into an environment that's more better for me, okay? That's why people leave relationships and people from the past, because they realise it's not a good circumstance for them to be in. Okay, so why does this person, who is this with head in the clouds, does what it says on the tin, Piscean. They do, I told you, before it came out. It could be a life path 3 or a Pisces, dreaming about a better life, away from this circumstance. Okay, so if you by chance that you're a Gemini, that if you were my mother, you wouldn't be watching this anyway. So, but like, say if you're a Gemini, right, or a Cappy or anything like that, and you've got a very restrictive energy going on with an ex and a child, and the child is avoiding you, then, like I said, you need to change that. Okay, you need to change this scenario about you. Okay, because if this wondering why they ghost me, it's because of I can't breathe. I'm always stuck in this same goddamn house, this same goddamn circumstance all of the time, that I just can't never stop. It can be like me as a child. I was always blamed for having my head in the clouds. I always was dreaming and like thinking of something better, and I could become something better. But I couldn't until my father died. When my father died, I didn't have to live up to his expectations and keep working for him anymore. So I had to make my own decisions. Steve, what are you going to do with your life now your dad isn't here? Okay, so instead of worrying about it, I realised I was free, because that's how I felt. Free from restriction and burden of someone else thinking that I had to do this for them. Okay, so it was blame, it was pressure, it's fucking, oh my God, this is awful. Growing up like this, the pressure that children are put under these days is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Because of society's problems, we feel like that we need to solve another person's problem because society is so shit. When a Pisces could end up becoming very, you know, but, you know, they'll dream of something different for themselves. Okay, so, you know, so now my next protocol is leaving this here. Okay, leaving this here, because that would be the same energy as living like my dad being here. Okay, I don't want nothing to happen to my mother, but like if that did happen, I would still feel that, oh my God, I don't have the pressure anymore. But I don't want that to happen, so I got to go. I got to go because I realise, man, I'm open now. I don't have to keep forcing myself to close down any longer. I don't have to hide. I don't have to hide what I do, what I say, where I go. I feel free. Because I feel free and I feel good, I feel open. Because I feel open, things are going to happen. They are going to happen. I know it. Head in the clouds. That's what this person is doing. They're dreaming of being out of this circumstance. Because they know, because they're probably manifesting this now. They could be thinking this now. Well, I am, and this is me. So this is what I'm thinking. And if you guys are interested in this person, or your mother or father, and you're wondering what this person is thinking and feeling, I've just told you. You've got closure. This person is considering moving because they're dreaming of a better life for themselves, where it is less constrictive around dark people and negative thoughts about them. So this person's pushing this person out. They might not understand it. They might not understand why. But that I've just told you here. Okay. So, let's see. If this is a younger child, then you'll probably go through this for a while, Elijah, here. Because if this is your child here that is a Piscean, that's dreaming of like you, okay, and it's so restrictive through the other readings where your little one is, okay, that's going to be distracting you from creating your life because you're more concerned about what your ex is doing with this child that's manipulating the child to believe in his way, that's stopping him from creating himself. Okay, so you'll do this for a long time because it will be a distraction because you had a child, so you'll be obsessed about what's happening with my child and I want to see them, but I'm worried about what's happening in their environment. Okay, so you could do this for a while, okay, and you'll be doing this for a while, Kim, right? So tell me more about this Hangman. The Wheel of Fortune. So they're looking for destiny. They're I mean, if it's a young child, I very much doubt it that much. But like, you know, this person, like I said, man, they realise that things are going to start moving in they're moving. This person's moving out. But they're thinking that things will start going in my favour if I wasn't stuck in this circumstance. Things will start working out for me. I know it will. I'll be rewarded by a clearer conscience and a clearer energy of a brighter day, knowing that if I wasn't stuck here, I would do better. Okay, I would. So, unless your name's Wood somehow, like Edward Woodward or Wood or something like that. Woody, Woodard, Gerard, Gerald, Geraldine, Dean, Dan, Danielle. Child services. So again, it's coming through an ex-marriage or a relationship, a life path 5 or a Taurus Sagittarian placement. It's conditioning. It has to go here. It has to go here. It might be where your children have to go into social services to be able to communicate with the ex. Okay, so it could go to court, financial court and all stuff like that. Okay, but like I said, it's the child has to go to the mother. The child has to go to the father. Because it might be where this person's in charge of the mortgage, the house, and blah, 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 and all of the conditioning of belief that what we believe is that we're supposed to be keeping hold of our children, but we got divorced. So that's against religion and marriage already. So, you know, it can be very confusing for the child to realise, who am I going with? Like, I'm here and I don't like it, but I want to go and see my mum, but I can't because you're stopping me from doing so. It's probably not going to do you any good, Elijah, listening to this, maybe, because it's probably going to hurt here. What's this? Yeah, 3. Pisces and Virgo. So you've got like this energy of... there's a relationship and a marriage here, but there could be a third party because there's 3 and 3 here. Okay. What is ghosted here for? Ghosted. Because child services is waiting for something, looking for something. This is Elijah, looking for the 3. Okay, looking for this energy here. So I'm guiding. I'll look over you. Okay, so that's the song that came out through the... And oh, watch over you when I'm gone. Snow is on the ground. Winter's come. How can love someone not yourself? So who'll watch over you when I'm gone? So it's kind of like this, maybe working it out with this person to say, okay, when I'm at work, can you have the children? That would be a good amicable way. Okay, but who'll watch over you when I'm gone? Okay. But that can also be a mother and a parent that says, who's going to be able to do all of these things for you if I wasn't here? Okay, so, ghosted. So that was by Alter Bridge, if you didn't know that song, Alter Bridge. When I'm gone, I can't go on, don't risk it all. Who am I to blame? Anyway, so ghosted. Ease your pain. So you've got, sorry, but I love that song. That's one of my best songs by Alter Bridge. But anyway, so you've got Ghosted. So if you didn't know and you're a fan of Alter Bridge, did you know that they brought out a new album? Pawns and Kings. Anyway, so yeah, you've kind of got this ghosted an ex-husband or a wife and they keep coming back and going out. This is also so concerned about where my son or daughter is going also. And it's just someone that is totally in and out of your life, in and out of your life, in and out of your life. And they could be going to their partner. You see, if you've got children and they're old enough and they're going here, that's where they're going. You know, they're going to a husband or a wife and blah, blah, blah. So if you've got a cheating, lying, blah, blah, blah that keeps coming in and out of your life and then going back to another one, that's your story, right? What is the low IQ? Yeah, you got low path 4 child. You've just kind of got this very bored. Like I said, Scorpio energy here on low path 4. You're getting very bored. Like, it's kind of like, oh, do we have to talk about all of this shit? Like, it's... I mean, me and my girlfriend, we talk about a lot of shit, and I find it very fascinating because it's not fucking difficult to talk about shit. We just have a laugh and just talk about just general shit, really. But like sometimes when people force, like, no, I need you to listen to this, and you're kind of like, no, bro, I am so not interested in that shit. Like, no, but I need to talk to you about. What's that going to be? I need to talk to you about you. No, sweet pea, you don't need to talk to me about me. Okay, be more concerned about you, bruv. I don't need you to talk. Yeah, but I just need to tell you. No, okay, I'm running. Okay, so, yeah, just hold on a second. Just before you go out, I just need to make sure that you're... Oh. God, I'm out the door. Thank fuck for that, right? I've got to go back there later. Oh, so anyway, so where you been? Out. Oh, you been out, eh? Where? Fuck, I don't know, with my mates. Just, this is fucking boring, isn't it? Why don't you want to talk to me? Oh, bruv, you're going to have it in a minute. Well, go on, then tell me. You're very fucking boring. Oh, don't say that to this person because they will flip the script, bruv. You're so boring. You're so boring. Sorry, but kind of like, why won't you listen to me? I've just got something, I got my opinion. I've been watching the TV and I just got to tell you, I've been watching Steve and then no, bro, don't go and tell this to your husband or wife, for fuck's sake. I ain't going to listen, I ain't going to, who the fuck is that blonde dickhead on the fucking, be more concerned about our love life anyway. Just get on with it. Well, like, this is kind of like, look, I've been watching the TV and I just need to let you know that of all of this bad devastation shit that's going to, oh, fuck, here we go again. Now listen, we need to be more concerned about the fucking... Only me! I just popped up just to tell you that everything's going to go fucking wrong in life. That we got no money, like fucking electric's going up, and I need you to go out and I need you to worry about it. And that's going to help. I'm spiritual, sweetheart. I understand that worrying and panicking and fear just makes me think that it ain't going to happen, that we ain't got it. I live in the life of luxury, Riley. I am a king. I don't need to worry about money. Well, I do. Well, I don't. Yeah, but I need to worry. That's what keeps my adrenaline running when I get to dump all my shit onto you, tell you it's your fault. Then I feel good and feel relieved the fact that I broke you. I don't really care, Dave. Right? Tell it to someone else, not me, because I'm not paying attention. Attention deficit disorder. Why are you not focused on me? Because I'm focused somewhere else, Dave. That's why. Yeah, but I want to know why you're not interested in me. Why are you interested in other people? Because of the negative, boring shit. It says what it does on the tin, Gemini. What do you want me to do about it? Complain? I don't care. Is it your life? Is it their life? Because like I said, man, you can watch a tarot reading and think, well, you know what, bruv? I'd rather someone sit back and tell me a load of bullshit so I can not change. Or I can understand that that might be me, and if it is, then the only way I'm going to change my dynamic is by stop doing that. Because what I've been trying isn't been working. So I have no other opinion apart from keeping my mouth shut and stop talking to this person altogether, because I realise that talking to them does not help. So what do? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Okay? Oh, you really could be dealing with a 3. You had 3 of Pentacles under there, so it really could be a Piscean. But yeah, you know, there it is. Like, you know, with tarot readings, you can either take them or leave them, and you can get the story and get pissed off of it and think, well, fuck that. I don't want to listen to this blonde dickhead. I don't want to change. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to. You can just keep doing it and seeing if it works. Or you can find another reader that will just look after your feelings and tell you all of the bullshit and just say, oh, this is a good reading. No, Dave, it ain't a good... Yeah, no. So, anyway, there's your entertainment bit, Gemini. Now, if you would like to support me, which a lot of you have, and I do appreciate it, your reading for the people that are on Patreon was obviously out yesterday because I put 6 readings out yesterday. So, your reading, if you want to join for your whole week, which is a whole table full of spread of Rider-Waite and then clarified by a different deck of Rider-Waite, and then there is... another deck that I think I was using, giving you a load of yes, no's, do's and don'ts and their feelings and their thoughts and God knows what else and what to avoid and whatnot. All of that stuff for your week is over on Patreon. It'll be the silver or the gold tier, and you can find that link provided below, and it will tell you about what they offer on those tiers, but it will be the silver or the gold. Okay? And yeah, so just very quickly, if any of you are worried or not worried, if you have Cancer, Taurus, Libra, hold on a minute, where are we going? Aries, Cancer, Libra, Taurus and Aquarius in your chart, and you're wondering where your readings are going to be, over on Patreon from now on for a little while. Okay, because what I'm doing on here, they're not watched, they're hated upon, I lose subscribers and I get more dislikes than a little. So I'm going to stop doing that and I'm going to work towards what's working. Okay, so the people that want their messages and that are calm people. And if you are and you're very loving and very supportive and you want your messages, you can join my Patreon. Okay, now you can even just join the monthly tier. That really helps, like $3 or $4, I think. And you'll get 2 monthlies within a month cycle. But like I said, just for a little while till after Christmas, I'm just going to look towards building up the people that kind of watch and help out the channel. Because YouTube has said, listen, Steve, stop working on what isn't working. Here's your graph. And it's telling you that these work better than these. Stop doing these and work on these. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so if you're like, oh no, but I really want my reading, I do apologise and they will come later. But at the moment, I'm just hoping that you guys will probably join Patreon because they will be there. Okay, and you will get what you get here, you'll just get it over there as well. Okay, so you get a longer reading. But anyway, there you go, guys. Thanks very much. I really do appreciate it. Every link is provided below. If you want to follow me and Emily on our journey when I move from this house next year after Christmas, you might want to follow my vlog and think, oh, I want to watch Steve and Emily move. And we'll show you the places that we're looking around, the one that we choose, and then when we move, and then all of the shopping that we buy to get in there, and the moving itself, and then being in there, and then the dogs that we're going to buy and everything else. That's my vision. That's what a Pisces is thinking. Okay? If you want to follow, links below. Behind the Life of Tarot. Anyway, thanks very much.